Okay.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness just came out, and we're here to review it for you. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness just came out on May 6, 2022, and is directed by the legendary Sam Raimi, and it stars Benjamin Cumberbatch back for his second time around in the starring role as the Doctor Strange. And before we talk spoilers, what did you think of Doctor Strange?
I loved it. It was great. I think they nailed it. It's like any Marvel movie at this point, with the exception of Eternals. I haven't seen that yet, but I hear it's bad. It's hard to miss with these movies. They're all fantastic. You have to go see them all in theaters, I recommend. Although this is not a Spider-Man No Way Home or Endgame type movie where it's a 3-hour extravaganza where the audience is going to be going crazy. It's still a good movie-going experience. There was a couple scenes in there worth seeing with an audience. Overall, I loved it. I love Doctor Strange 1. I like the weird set pieces, and it's just a visual masterpiece. The Atmos was incredible. Overall, great movie.
Yeah, I'm going to echo that same feelings. I thought it was a great movie. It's the first Marvel horror movie, I would say, at least in the MCU, because we did have Blade in the past, but this is the first one, and it really has that Sam Raimi touch. So if you're a Sam Raimi fan, definitely look out for plenty of Sam Raimi Easter eggs in there, because there's plenty of that. And it really had that tone, I feel like, of like what you would expect from a Sam Raimi movie, like Spider-Man, and even the Evil Dead movies, which was strange. So it really actually has that feel to it. So I think if you're a horror fan or a Sam Raimi fan, and you haven't really gotten into the MCU, this might be a good introduction for you. Now we're going to dive into spoilers. We just want to give you our initial thoughts to let you know, hey, why don't you go out and check this one out in theaters, support your local theater, have some fun. If you could, check it out in Dolby Atmos. But now we're going to dive into the plot, because we don't want to give anything away, because you should experience this. But if you already have, stick around. It's spoiler time. And Matt, what did you really like?
Fucking Dr. X, Professor Xavier, is there. Oh my god, the wheelchair, it's him. They did it. We're getting X-Men, baby.
We're getting X-Men, and we are also getting John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. So
Big Tuna.
Big Tuna's back for some big Fantastic Four fighting, because we got him, and he was working with Professor Xavier, and it's a multiverse, guys. So in this universe, they get just destroyed eventually. If you're wondering what kind of Professor X we're getting, let's just say if you were a fan of the 90s animated TV show, you're getting Professor X with his yellow electronic wheelchair, and they also had the song underneath from the animated cartoon, that opening theme. It was playing in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So just after we just nerded out for a bit, also, if you have to see WandaVision and the first Doctor Strange movie before you see this.
Yeah.
Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch, is the main villain in this movie.
Which I didn't know, because I don't watch too many trailers. I think I watched like the first reveal trailer or whatever we've seen in theaters for seeing movies prior, and I don't read the comics or any of that, so this is my introduction to Marvel. Whenever I have a Marvel question, I call my buddy Judy, and he explains it all to me. I was not expecting Wanda to be the villain in this movie, and even you still, I mean, she was redeemed at the end, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
there was a line that they slipped in that said, because in another universe, Doctor Strange is a villain,
right?
And he's killed numerous lives, so they're actually a little hesitant to trust him. And but they said that you can redeem, people are redeemable not just from one bad thing, because she does some pretty evil shit.
Yeah. Especially the events in WandaVision, and it all just carries over into this.
Yeah, because she's not a bad person. She's operating out of grief and pain, because
she's not a monster. She's a mother.
Yeah, she lost Vision, and then she had to go through that a second time, and she lost, even though she made up her kids in WandaVision, she misses those kids. She's searching for a reality where she got to raise her kids and love them, because that's all that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, for all of us, we all would love happy realities, but isn't it warming knowing that your kids are having a happy reality with their real mother, who is you in an alternate universe?
Mm-hmm.
But I get the jealousy, and I get that, she has all these powers. Why shouldn't she manipulate it for her own self? It's selfish, but, it's still understandable. And then we get a new character who does kind of fall victim to this, called American Chavez, who I have never heard of until this movie, and the actress Xochitl Gomez has been in a couple things. I haven't really seen her before, so this is my first time seeing her, and she is playing Marvel's first Latin American LGBT character, so that's pretty cool if you're a Marvel fan. Not really much mentioned in the movie of that, but she's a cool new character with a nice little arc, because she is how they hop universes, which had an insane scene when we see that for the first time. Felt like a video game.
Really cool. About basically kind of like the Ratchet and Clank, just a rift in time. Like they're going through all different universes. But when she actually, one thing I wanted to touch on, when she first popped onto the screen, the outfit she was wearing and the way she looked reminded me of the character in the Avengers game that was released on Xbox and PlayStation last year. And that's why I thought it was until they said her name and the cross-dimension travel multiverse power. But at first, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. And then a lot of the effects of this had a real Sam Raimi touch to it. Like the first monster we see is like an octopus, and I think that the CGI was poor, but I feel like that was kind of on purpose because we got Sam Raimi directing. You know, because there's a scene later when they're running through where two universes collided, and the yellow car from the Evil Dead's floating in the sky. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that looks pretty bad, but I just feel like that's on purpose.
I didn't think it looked bad.
I thought it was a little off.
Like you complained about his wig, I didn't think.
Oh my god. Don't get me started. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you gotta notice that hair that Benjamin Cumberbatch has is ridiculous. It's a pretty bad wig. And he's doing a lot of wig swapping because he's got a ponytail in one of his universes. Another one, he's got a nice, cool 90s like part going, and he's all mopey, so it fits perfectly. But it just, that wig bothered the shit out of me. It really did.
I didn't catch that.
So a little bit of some effect issues, but then you get one part, the ghosts are coming around a demon Benjamin Cumberbatch, which is cool, and it looked just like out of the Evil Dead effects, and even the voice sounded like the book from Evil Dead 2. So as a Raimi fan, it really just brightened my teeth because I was just grinning like an idiot in the whole time that happened, and I had a lot of fun with this movie.
It was a great time.
It really was, and really it's a true sequel to the first one because we get returns of a couple characters. And WandaVision. You really need to see Doctor Strange, WandaVision, and Spider-Man No Way Home a little bit. There's some references to that, but that's also where the universe kind of started to get screwed up.
Right.
So I really think you need to see those three because you get a lot of returning characters. Like Rachel McAdams is great in this movie. And so is, I'm not going to say his first name, but his last name's Ejiofor. He is so good in this movie, and they really expanded from their story with number one and their whole relationship. I really thought that was fantastic. And just such a fun movie. It like Matt said earlier, it is not like the tentpole movies. This is not Avengers or No Way Home. This is going to be one of the ones. Kind of like the first Doctor Strange. Don't expect all the Avengers to pop up in this one. You get mostly just characters from Doctor Strange, and now
you
X-Men.
get Agent Carter.
Yeah, Peggy Carter is actually
with the fork on his head, whoever that was.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool throwbacks to whoever. If for the people doing deep diving in the comics, this is for you. There's a lot of inside baseball. In
X-Men, baby.
Yeah,
can't wait.
The confirmation of X-Men and the Fantastic Four is what really drove this home for me. I really I know there's people that are just looking at website after website who probably knew this was coming, but me and Matt didn't, so we were just really excited. We were blown away by it. I mean, we were cheering in the theater two kids on a merry-go-round.
Yep, that was the big part for me.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I really just had fun with this, and they really have set the MCU up going forward. The ending was a little bit of a surprise because he's trying to control the Dark Force, or what do they call that? Something like that. And now he has that's another thing. There's another Sam Raimi movie with an evil book in it. And this time, but because of everything he did, now he has a third eye, or an evil eye, because of everything that's happened. So. And
the music notes brought him to his knees, and then he saw the eye opened up, and so I'm a little confused on the ending. I don't know exactly what happened. And then the post-credit scene after the ending was even more confusing.
Yep.
Some random sorceress pops up and they go to a new dimension.
Because he did something wrong, which is why he's got the
incursion.
An incursion, yep. And then we get another post-credit scene, which is Bruce Campbell, because he pops up in every Sam Raimi movie. After his 3 weeks of punching himself in the face, it's finally over. And that's it. And he just says, "It's over." And then that's it.
Your cue to go home.
Yep. So Matt, what would you give this as a final rating out of 10?
Well, I'm gonna go 8.
So I'm going to echo that. So the Let's Talk boys are going to give this one an 8 out of 10. So guys, it's also Friday. That means it's time for your digital code giveaway. And just like last week, we're going to give away 3 of these bad boys. Again, Clueless, Blade, and because we're reviewing Solo this week, Solo, a Star Wars story. So you get your choice of that. And Matt, what are their 2 questions for this week?
Alright, so the first one, who is your favorite X-Men character that would be in the X-Men the 90s cartoon or just in that universe? So, you know, you got the go-to Wolverine, Cyclops, etc. Or question number 2, your favorite Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, that one's for me. I love Sam Raimi, so I'm really excited. So yeah, just leave your answer in the comment section below, and we'll reveal the winner on Monday when we spin the wheel. So come back on Monday to see if you are the lucky winner. And guys, thank you for stopping by to Let's Talk. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends.